see if he can keep that up.
See how they do fare. Mako, of course, continuing the reigns here, carrying those 4 from the last time that really they'd played against Sentinels at a VCT event. As the IGL looking for a bit of revenge, perhaps, versus John QT on the opposite side of that stage, but pressure is going to be mounting. And I think that overall, my biggest question for DRX is how prepared are you with your rookies for an event of this magnitude, with this kind of crowd? Because let me tell you,
เพลงมันตื้ดจัง
เดี๋ยวพี่เปิดไปเลยเหรอ
พี่เทสไงวันแรกว่าอันไหนโดนไหนไม่โดน
he prepped enough to bear
เดี๋ยวค่อยไปปิดวันอื่น
Sentinels overall, as far as that experience is concerned.
ทำไมรัศมีของเซนมันดูข่มจังเลยโอ้คือไอ้ W พิมพ์ไม่ได้ด้วย WAD พิมพ์ไม่ได้หมดเลย3 ปุ่มเป็นไร
Out a little bit louder. Is it going to be the Pacific faithful, or those from SEN City known the world around? Let's find out. As already Hyunmin pushing forward here at Rubble.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty similar setup for the side of
ไม่พังหรอก
Sentinels.
น่าจะ
The last time they played this 2-1-2 split on
โห
their
ด
pistol,
แล้วเสียบใหม่
spread the map
อัน
a
นี้คือ
bit, and they always use
จุดเริ่มต้น
this Viper wall further back. They sometimes just give up rubble control because they like to pinch you when you're trying to go through trees, when you're trying to execute onto a site. A little bit of information garnered. Gunman past the wall.
Past the wall, flashes himself there for a brief little moment. Contact coming his way for now. Zels is just held back here at Waterfall. Rotation's going to start coming through from Sentinels, realizing that this is in fact going to be a C plant. Now we'll just go ahead and get into the 5v5. The back end
แก๊ง
of the
3K
spike
กับ
plant.
ลงใส่ล่างไปละ
Everyone's still untouched.
Got a little bit of utility here. Paranoia and Aftershock available for DRX to utilize.
Shot through, flash connecting, but just a tuck away there. Mako staying safe here for the moment. That Paranoia still at the ready.
แสดงว่าเซนมันมั่นใจโลตัสมันมากเลยครับกดใส่ทุกที
Things up here from that waterfall side. Swing into the smoke line up there. As Bane's able to find one.
เดี๋ยววันนี้ก็หมดความมั่นใจแล้ว
But it's going to be DRX filling the kill feed. As Zeus can find one more, but cannot get it done. Pistol goes the way of DRX.
โยรู้กระดานเนี้ย
Just
นะ
a nice start here to this map for DRX. Working things nicely, being patient off the rip, just seeing if there's anything unusual from Sentinels in the beginning. There isn't. They're able to get Hyunmin past the wall. Then it's a good use of the salvos by freeing right as that wall is dropping to give
ผมไปดูในคอมมูเขาบอกว่ามีให้โหวตดูลิสที่คิดว่าจะเดือดที่สุดในมาสเตอร์แต่ไม่มีชื่อยุนยินผมงง
They are loud folks. This is not the DRX of old.
ส่วนใหญ่เขาโหวตไอ้เนี่ยเดิมกับจอกิมู
จอกิมูด้วยเหรอ
เขาโหวต NA กับ U
Cut of the noise in the meantime. Just going to be.
แล้วเขาโหวตบัตไว้ล่างสุดเลยนะ บัตหน้าเดือดเลย
แล้วบัตอย่างลั่นเลยจุดล่างสุด
Got the U tilt to watch the backside here.
บัตอยู่ล่างสุดเลยไม่มีชื่อยุนมิน
Going to be aware of this long lurk flank from
ดูแบบว่าจังหวะเขาทำมัน
want to
เป็น
get
เลยนะ
aggressive on this. Try to
ลาย
deny.
เดินลายสกิล
Sentinels
เดี
going
ยว
down to the spike.
Door broken open. 7 seconds until that next salvo.
ถ้าแพ้ไปเขาเรียกสวิตสเตทมันก็ต้องแข่งอีกตาเนี่ยครับถ้าแพ้2 ตาก็คือนั่นแหละได้ไปดูหมูเด้งเลยได้ไปดูหมูเด้งแบบไวๆเลยแต่ซีเน็ตอดดูหมูเด้งนะนี่คือแฟกต์
They just sit back. They're going to try to at least get something going here as Pain Shell does land. Hyunmin eating a bit of damage. Widely said, seeming content. Just go ahead and die to the spike.
ดีนะไม่เกาะรีเจน
For DRX, this does mean that they're going to be able to hold on to all of these weapons.
Yep, I think this is the right call here for DRX. Maybe you can find an exit frag with 3. He's got one.
Pushes in. That's going to be a bulldog loss unless Mako can get over there.
ได้ไป2 เม็ด
He has one of his own actually, so never mind. We need to try to relay that over to Flashback, who is just nowhere nearby. So we'll end up losing out on a singular rifle. DRX still get the 2-0 start they were looking for.
So far, so good, and DRX
Yeah,
taking
it's not
advantage of some of that
fantasy.
early space that Sentinels will give up on this defender side. They do commit sometimes to fight for Rubble, but they're not nearly as aggressive with it as a lot of other teams are generally on this map. So kind of an interesting way that they like to play. And again, a lot of it comes off the back of the toxic screen that John QT is going to be setting up and utilizing. And Bang in particular is really annoying in Tree. He's really creative with how he utilizes that space and moves around with it. Looks like Hyunmin going to go out on his own, gets spotted.
Eats a haunt. I don't think he's too concerned about it, just given the gate crash setup that he has. And yep, we'll just go ahead and jump out. Bit of a rinse and repeat here for DRX. Similar scenes, similar movements from what we were witnessing in that pistol round. And once again, look to try to open things up as there goes the wall. This time though,
ไม่
Hyunmin
โย
got
รู้
in
แล้วมัน
front of
มี
it.
อย่างนี้นี่
โค
เอ
ต
ง
รป่วนอ่ะดูดิ
They'll just cut noise and look to play this out quietly.
นี่คือเหตุผลที่ว่าทำไมมันเปลี่ยนคอมเหรอ
Sentinels are moving everything they have
มันเอามา
over,
เคาน์เตอร์ป่ะ
trying to cut this execute
อ๋อ
off.
เพราะคนเล่นไว้แล้วมันแน่นเกินขนาดเนี้ย
The side
Ding.
cells
Nen- nen mạc.
damage earlier on, down to 63 as the plant gets ready to come through. Mako going to be looking to take a more forward position here. A little bit of reinforcements. The push come out of the smoke comes
Ui,
through.
ward.
Second field, they're able to find
Huh?
one. Bane's going to be taken down. Flashback now with everything to do.
อุ้ยเฟด
And
แบ็ก
to find 2 kills.
กูไม่
And
รั
in
ว
the
จัด
end,
ภายใน
they'll wait
3
out
วิ
the
นาที
snake fight and get the
เมื่อกี้
defuse as
เมื่อกี้
Sentinels
นาเร
get
ศเดิน
themselves
มา
on the
หัว
board.
มืดอ่ะไม่
Decent
หันไปยิง
damage
โด
for
นเฉยเลย
DRX, but I'm a little bit concerned there with how telegraphed that whole situation was for them. They used a bunch of utility to get the wall to go down. That buys the time for Sentinels to make an easy rotation over. Plenty of time for them to set up for that retake. It isn't the cleanest one, but the movement and the timing is good for them, which means DRX might need to think about that, see if Mako can kind of understand that situation. Things have been pretty readable for them so far. Sentinels are making fast rotates. See if you can maybe use that against them. Still though, nice blood retake here for the side of Sentinels. See if they can get it going, continue on here. So that is going to be, I believe, a Guardian buy down.
อันนี้กี่วีแล้วพี่เอ๋ยนับได้ปะ
Start the
อะไรนะ
round.
กี่วีละ
37 36
เอาเท่ากัน
Coming up.
ตรงไหม
แสดงว่าสูตรกดไลฟ์สดนี่ได้อยู่
They don't mind letting you rotate over to B. Sometimes they'll use this toxic screen
ขอ
to
กด
catch you off
ไอ้
guard.
ไลท์มันจะนี่เลยใช่ไหม
Very
Yeah.
ready to commit to this side of the map now.
Then if he
Stealth
off
gonna be
the tie,
spotted
you-
out, taken down.
Oh,
Mako
no.
able to find a
He
kill.
let him
Back
knock
is
it
the
left.
swipe
He
across him,
did.
and the man can't see a damn thing. And as he regains his vision, he will lose his life. Mako picking up 2. Very
Oi,
fast
Naled.
reaction here as Narade just trying to hop away. No,
เฮ้ยนั่นเลยเอ้ยไม่เอาผมไม่เอาเลยเลย
เฮ้ย
falling to the aftershock. As having
Oi.
a quick peek, we'll find John QT.
ไม่มีส
ทำไม
ปีดบูทขึ้นไม่ได้
DRX are wise to Sentinel's way.
ทำไมเขาไม่
I mean,
แบบ
it's
ว่า
all util
เอาไป
here
สั
that
ก
gets the
นัดสอง
job
นัด
done.
ก็ยังดี
It's
เมื่อ
the
กี้
stealth drone that identifies
ผมว่ามันอยาก
Zekin,
มี
and then
อยาก
you're gonna get
รอด
the bang off the
เผื่อ
flash,
โดน
and
ที
then
เดี
you
ยว
get
ก็
an
ยังได้
aftershock
ไง
kill to boot. Crazy good preparation being
มัน
shown
จะร
so
อด
far
อะ
from
เดิน
DRX.
ขวานิดนึ
That
ง
round
แต่
right
แม่ง
there
เสือกแบบว่า
was
ไม่มี
as good as
ส
it
ไลด์
gets as an
ไม่มีส
ending.
ปีด
Unbelievable.
Celsius now
พี่เดียเองมันดุจังอะ
having to stay tucked away, just that Guardian in
มัน
hand.
โอ้โหมันยิ่งเล่นยิ่ง
Anyone's
โห
gonna
ดเนี่ย
go
ที่มัน
deep
คั
in
ดมา
pursuit to try to find him and suss him out. We'll be able to go ahead and at least retain that, but DRX moving up now by 2. We'll get the upgrade here onto the Phantom. Just min-maxing as much as humanly possible
Nah,
here with
Celsius.
Celsius, but in the end, it's 3-1. DRX out in front at the moment here on Lotus.
Yeah, they're just really well drilled, as you would expect from a team.
Oh, cool.
Termy coaching them. You know, some doubt with this DRX roster coming together this year. But Termy has once again worked magic. It's a great aftershock, great shot from Hyunmin, man. He's been electric coming in as the duelist for this squad. Has
สงสัยมัง
really
โกะนี่ได้พลัง
been
ก๋วยเตี๋ยว
a great replacement for Buzz's huge shoes
Yeah.
to fill.
Now, Dimensional Drift won away the Rolling Thunder as well, right there for Bane. There are margins, and obviously just that one Phantom carried over here, still in the hands of Zelsis.
That's the
As,
miss.
okay, push up into smoke in second, able to find a
Boy.
right click. Showstopper's built up, but he cannot fire off the
ยิงไม่ทัน
rocket. John QT, check the
One
pace.
more.
Somehow was a second aftershock kill on this map already.
เฮ้ยฟิง
But in the end,
เจอเอวหวาน
DRX
I keep
back against Sentinels. They do
I
not
keep-
allow them
Mega.
to get a modicum of additional damage in that round.
I like the play call here from John QT. You know, they haven't shown any real rubble contestion or aggression. Just go deep in the
that
paint, see what you can
ไม่
get
มา
done.
วันนี้พี่
And they do a fair amount of damage at the very least, give themselves a chance to sneak this one away. But freeing their great reactions against the showstopper. Just in a
โด
really
น
nice
ของ
position
ตาย
to
ด้วย
shut it
สิง
down
สัตว์
before the rocket would even get out to be shot. Then yeah, a little bit of a whippy sprayer on the box, but
ใครทวีตไว้
to the next round.
เจ็บคอ
DRX
แทน
this time going to go
คน
on an
ที่บัก
exploration towards Mound. And look at how fast the rotations are coming through. Already Zekin over here. along with John QT and Zelsis.
Has to be. Have to be making these faster pivots.
เดี๋ยว EDG
Mako
เมื่อ
just
กี้แข่ง
TP'd in. He's just hounding him down. John QT assassinated him and now
เฮ้ยมันโหดจังครับ
Zelsis is gone. Second here to try to hold the line. Spots out one. It's a good timing there, but now the Rolling Thunder is crashing his way. Hooks back into the corner, staying safe here for the moment. Warning shots out there from Freeing. Solid efforts here from Sentinels to be able to keep things as even as they are, but right
นี่เขาเรียกว่าบอลระบบ
the rate picked apart.
บอลระบบของแท้
Second flash, once again forced away as Bang now arriving in from Waterfall. Sends out that paranoia, but it only connects onto one. Two targets, second.
วิ่ง
เฮ้ย
Somehow
เกือบได้
narrowly gets that transfer off into the second kill. With 2 players left
กี
alive,
โหด
DRX
จัด
now
อะ
move
คน
up
นั้น
by
อะ
the
เสียง
one.
คนเดิม
I'm
เลยอะ
pretty sure
ที่โห
Mako
ดจัด
double
อะ
TP.
เหมือนเขา
ไม่ค่อยกินเท่าไหร่
On the
กินนกหวีด
edge,
เข้าไปใน
on
ค
the
อ
corner of the C site. TP'd into it, then TP'd again. Right into the back. Yep. Unbelievable stuff. Hit the stun as well. So Bane there coming in big with his utility. Some big assists. He was so good in the grand finals of Pacific with that util.
มันดูชิวๆ
Continuing
จัง
on
วะ
that once again. Has just really embraced this role of obviously
หลอกอีก
you
แล้
know,
ว
the jokes
ใคร
about
เชื่อ
Korean Zelsis, the hype man, but really he's been doing a great job with setting up his teammates. He has
ยัง
really
ยังไม่ตื่น
embraced that
พี่
role.
Jet lag
Actually,
du.
stop Hyunmin off the rip here in the round. Immediately just going to be sending out the ultimate
Ow.
price of the flash, but
เอาไม่โดน
getting
เพื่อน
stunned, so can't go for the swing out that he wanted.
นี่เหมือนระบบเออร์เลอ
A
ร์
little peek in the haunt. This time Mako tipping up on it.
มาโก
Now the platform
Sway,
comes
sway.
back down, and this is going to be a big advantage. The first real one that Sentinels have had. They look at themselves as a
ไอ้นี่มัน
second
ตาย
round win. Lance still
ตายแบบ
แม่
ไม่
ง
ได้
ไม่
ทำอะไร
ตายนะ
Armageddon available from Freeing. As that is going to be the steel arm coming in. Freeing trying to go off on a timing, trying to catch them here while he still had his rifle in hand, but ends up falling to the wayside. So now 2v5 to try to convert this one. Tapping on the spike to swing onto the corner. The shorty not going to be finding too much, but Bang is finding them both.
เอาว่ะแบง
Massacres them there. And that is
เฮ้ย
going to
เซ็น
be
ก็
a
เต็ม
long
เลยนะ
round for
ใน
Sentinels
งาน
to
อะ
get the second win.
Yeah,
กิน
that's
แข่งกันแล้วตอน
a
นี้
huge breath of fresh air here for Sen. It's just a quick execute off the back of the Yoru wall. Zelsis wins a battle against Flashback. Just a
เฮ้ย
fade
ตะโกนอะไร
away
อะ
there with the Phantom. Oh, John QT got the spot off the fade util. And they're able to use that steel garden nicely to make sure that it's a much easier affair at the end.
เชียร์มัน
That's
จั
a
ด
great snappy reaction.
Yeah.
One ultimate, you get 2 away from DRX, and you get the round win on top while retaining all of your weapons, so you can try to start building up this economy that's widely been getting away from you.
Absolutely correct. And you've got some big ultimates to counter some of what DRX might want to do here. There's a lot of that util to clear the space. Catch a player out, and Aaron lets loose
Yeah,
with the
just on
nightfall.
timing. Sends it out, gets multiple players on the side of
ดีเอ็ก
DRX.
ก็ยังเหมือนเดิม
Be operating without their audio. 4-player setup here from the side of Sentinels. Damn convinced that this is going to be an A-site hit in the end.
I'd like to see DRX work the map a little bit now. Okay, the
ที่มัน
ultimate
นันติ
use
นี่คือมันไม่ให้เซตเลย
has
ฮะ
been identified.
มันเบรก
You
เกม
think
เสิร์ฟ
you can get away with just kind of pausing a little bit into the door here for Hyunmin. That
ปุ่มมัน
toxic
ยอดฮิต
screen
จังไว้
looks
ผม
like
เนี่ย
it's gonna dissuade him momentarily.
Oh, the push up from the rate.
อุ้ยบ้า
Coldway that goes out.
Ui.
Especially final one before getting traded out.
โอ้โห
Bang
เล่น
trains
งี้
it
เลยเหรอ
up. And then dead flashback dinked.
Ui,
Dead.
Bang.
Bang comes away with another.
ตีนจัด
Just Bane and Freeing. Still inching forward, still playing forward into this site. Sentinels have 3 players ready to reply.
Very difficult. The stealth drone could use it to check the site itself. Main still with an aftershock for the post plan if they can get it there.
30
But
seconds
Boombot
left.
going to confirm the positioning here. Now Sentinels keen to wait for their moment to strike. See what the decision is going to be. If they're going to let them plant, that seems to be the case. Wait for John QT to get over. Really make sure you've got the full forces available for this retake. Don't give DRX any chances. Don't give them the 1v1s.
Salvos is trying to check a couple angles here, and Bane respects the damage.
โอ้
Creeps
มาแบบ
forward,
IPD
trying
ครับ
to catch second
ยังไง
off
ก็ไม่เช็
guard.
ค
Has it worked is the question.
ยังไง
ยังไงก็ไม่เช็คในเนี้ย
Freeing in the meantime, needing to try to hold the door. Zekin getting ready to go on
Hey,
the swing of the
hey,
gun barrel.
hey.
Spotted there
Hey.
for a brief moment. He's playing it so patiently, and he walks right into it. The kill does come through, but now he's on his lonesome. Looks to
ยังไง
drop
ก็ไม่
down,
เช็ค
the aftershock through. Celsius Take his feet out from underneath of him. Sen starting to rally back, get themselves a third round
แล้วมัน
win.
ก็ไม่เช็ค
This is the Sentinels
มัน
that I'm
มัน
used
มัน
to
เหมือน
seeing
จะเช็คนะเมื่อกี้
so far this year on this
แต่มันแบบ
map.
เช็ค
Really
ไปเรื่อย
patient
เช็ค
play
มันไม่เห็น
around that toxic
มัน
screen.
ตายใจไหม
If your
ตอนแรก
opponent's
อะ
guessing,
เออ
when are you gonna get aggressive off
มัน
of
จิ
it?
กเกอร์
Do you
มารอบหนึ่ง
use
เห็น
the
ปะ
Nightfall? You don't do
จิกเกอร์ไม่
much
สุด
off the back of it. Yeah, they get some info. They're able to just kind of plant their feet, wait things out. And then it's a nice push there from some of the
ตอนบอก
players
โอ้ย
waiting for
ขอ
that
หูฟัง
toxic
อีก
screen
คัน
to
หนึ่ง
fall
ได้ไหม
for their moment to strike. Bang, right, ready and waiting for the trade there. Really nicely done. Flashback having a little bit of tough time on some of these 1v1s. He's been good on some of the defenses in terms of post plants, but these 1v1s he's been losing, Zelsis and others, so
อยากให้เซลซิสมันยืนน่าจะมัน
I was gonna say, timeout call comes through despite the scoreline. It is DRX, Termi, wanting to try to slow down this momentum that's starting to build up from the side of Sentinels. But you heard from Zelsis saying, guys, keep playing confidently. Clearly things a bit shaky in these initial rounds. Onus is now on
เฮ้ย
DRX.
กัปตันมาด้วยเหรอ
Silence
อัตรา
that
กัปตัน
confidence
เหรอ
comes inside of the stage.
ไม่เชียร์พี่ฟุกเหรอ
and what I hope that Termi might be instilling in Mako and the others here is spread the map a little bit. Let's work, try and bait out some of the utility, try to bait out some of the SEN players. We used a lot of our playbook here with some set executes. We went with some fast rounds.
นี่เราพี่ฟุกไปงานวาโลที่เหมือนเอาอัตรากัปตันไปด้วย
Let's try and slow the
เรียน
pace down a little bit now. See if we can catch Sentinels off guard and push and pull them around the map a little bit more. You will find some openings against Sentinels as well. That's something that teams have done rather well against them. That's one of the weaknesses I found in my VOD review of the Sentinels leading up into this event is that
อ๋อเริ่มเบรกเกม
sometimes
เสิร์
they
ฟไป
just
แล้ว
kind of leave some pretty big gaps. And if you
เหมือน
have
ท่าน
good
ฟรี
reads on
ยังไม่
it,
ตื่น
you
นะ
sneak through, get some huge flanks, get some easy kills. So far, DRX though has been really clean with their util usage, but Sen has responded in kind. Got their heads on straight now. Second, sensing the pressure. Just gonna get on out. Orb fed over to Hyunmin. Still a few away from the next one, but still have the Armageddon, still have the neural theft available. Mako's ult as well.
Second, just go ahead and stay put here for the moment, but now that salvo comes through. Mako once again looking for the same T, please.
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวก่อน
เฮ้ย
Goes over towards that side instead. Paranoia up over the top.
Oh,
Gonna be able to get a connection, but
what?
Rage just spamming through the wall. Does manage to gun him down. Pain finding one.
เฮ้ย
Three.
ตายหมดเลย
The Armageddon across the way. Second ends up getting mowed
อะไร
down
มัน
by
ตุก
it.
ติกเต็มไปหมดเลยวะนะ
That's Bang and Zelsis.
มาโกะมันเกือบเนียนแล้วนะเมื่อกี้
Somehow clutches out. Seems like the call just moved back away, or at least just a quick peek in from behind. Need an opening and they need it ASAP. They actually want to try to pull the trigger on going for this retake. Player spotted the swing out. Hyunmin, however, holding down that defender's side. Bang hits the floor, and Zelsis once again is going to have to backpedal, but this time DRX, they are hot on his
Gang
heels. They're
Phantom
on the
ยิง
hunt. Slides up alongside the box to swing on the corner. Snappy to readjust, gets the headshot. Everybody else swooping in from behind. They want this guy dead.
เฮ้ยเซลล์ซิสมันจะไอ้นี่หรอมันจะรักไก่เมื่อกี้
มันจะมาหา
Go
ตั
ahead
ด
and make contact once again here with Bane, it would seem, but no.
ผมยอมตายเลยเหรอ
Looks like he opts to just go ahead, take his death into his own hands, not allow for them to
Ui,
get
sao
the
mà-
ult charge to get
ทำ
the
ไมมัน
money.
ยอมตายไปเลย
Could have given them
Năn
the
để-
rolling.
มันก็ดูมี
โยรู้กับบี
Fascinating stuff that we're seeing
Ah,
from
nung
Mako
keo.
and DRX.
Very,
Mako's
very loosey-goosey.
He's acting like a duelist.
Yeah, man, hand,
He's the first one in. He's jumping in, leading the charge, opening up space. And Hyunmin there, able to be the one to back him up off the back of it with the Yoru util. I mean, it's crazy. And then you've got the Armageddon and everything else you need for that post plant.
Yeah, just a hairline catch there on to second. Thought he was clear of it. Ends up barely hitting that S key. Ends up getting ripped apart by that Armageddon. So now we're going to see a timeout call, this time from the SEN camp. Kaplan similarly not wanting for DRX to start revamping up with their momentum.
ปิดซะหน่อยแล้วกันไหนๆก็เทสไปแล้ว1 คลิปทำไมกล้องนี้มันเวลามันซูมใกล้ๆมันเห็นชัดจังวะมันเบลอหลังให้ด้วยนี่หว่าใช่ปะแล้วเราเอาอะไรมาชูเนี่ย
So group up, clump up, that he can find an opportunity to try to catch them in a choke point with it. See if maybe he opts to try that at C. Odin
ปกติจอมันก็เทโจเหมือนกันไม่ใช่เหรอ
through through those walls, seeing if he can find any connections onto DRX players. But for now, looks like maybe a 3-2 split. Flashback calling for a little bit of backup from Mako. Second.
Immediate exit. Dancing around these shots. He's stagnant, tucked in
อุ้ย
behind
ไล่ไม่
Mount
ไป
here.
ด้วยว่ะแบง
Three swings out
Phải
this
đài.
time.
ไปเลยทีนี้
Shots will
ไป
connect.
ทั้งชี
Free
วิต
will
เลย
go ahead, come away with a free kill. Mako just staying put here.
And they're rotating off that kill. They haven't done this yet. And Sentinels isn't moving. They haven't budged. They're not biting.
They've also kept this Odin quiet for the time being. Not sure if this is going to be red at all. Celsius also just tucked in behind the box, is trying to find that stealth drone.
อ้าวงาน
Cannot
โง่
do so. Celsius now can be forced back away. The aftershock even thrown towards him to try to stave him off. And Mako once again leads the charge, rushing forward, finding John QT, finding Narrate.
มาโกะ
Just given the money here. Zekin going to stay put over on that C site. Celsius there at upper.
Spike planted.
DRX could go on the hunt, but otherwise looking like a flawless round for them to get to 7.
It's been, what, four or
Man.
5 years now? Mako's back to playing Duelist.
คอตลอดเวลา
That's what
ปาก
we're seeing.
Yeah,
He
Babo's
started
back.
out, yeah, Babo's back. Like, unbelievable. The way he's just pushing the base here with these teleports, finding space, finding weaknesses in Sentinel's defensive setups, and getting through, and getting huge opening kills, or at least creating the space that DRX needs to
มัน
get
มาเอา
their
ย้ำหรือเปล่า
executes
เดี๋ยว
to go. And Sentinels there make some good decisions, quite frankly. They just get bamboozled by Mako, and he's been doing that to people on this map. I mean,
Lale.
remember what he did to Nongshin? The way he was all over the place with those teleports.
Oh, Celsius. He has the lineup for it. Mako out for blood, and he will find it. Kill comes his
โอ้
way.
มันโหด
Kevin
แต่
does
ว่า
get
เนี่ย
dropped.
ไล่ยิงเลย
Screen
ลื
over
ม
towards
ดูเอล
C
ลิก
sites
เลย
as Zekin able to go ahead and retain his weapon.
อยู่ดีก็กลายเป็นโดเมน
As
นัก
good
ที่
as
สิ
he gets right now. 7 rounds confirmed here for DRX at the half, guaranteeing that they will be out in the lead. Potentially all the way up to 9. The ult economy is also very much on their sides. Rolling Thunder and the Dimensional Drift both available from the shadows from Mako. Also there.
Let's see how they want to use the Dimensional Drift this
ไป
time.
แล้ว
Last time it was for a quick B hit.
ด่านบุก
Now
พี่
you
ด่าน
can
บุก
get
ใช่
some
ไหม
info. You could put that Rolling Thunder to
เล่น
roll.
เล่นให้เซนที่ถึงเซนนะนี่
You can find second even better because
นี่มันเล่นโอเมนแบบว่า ให้เซนมันคิดถึงเทนอะ
you'd love to get
โอเมน
that
แบบ
out of the
อัก
round.
เสบ
Bang noted. Tree. The call comes in. It's clear. They know that
ใส่
he's
พี
back.
พีครับ
There's the TP forward. Turn on the flash. Other one sent. Just trying to see if he can get a catch.
แผ่นอย่างไว
Get on the rotate. Work their way across towards this A site. This is still on a bit of a late linger though. His pain shell as well as that bite sent. Just trying to catch somebody with the vulnerability. Second with this showstopper is going to have to go huge. Finds one. Mako going to be taken down. Rolling Thunder now coming out in reply, connecting onto 3 different players. Holds them here at bay for the moment. The South throws now built up. Center towards drop. Bang gets another aftershock
ตรง
kill.
ดรอปแม่งน่าสงสารไปไม่มีทั้งบีททั้ง
The raid now taken down as Yenman just
Hey,
scales
yo.
forward into the back side. Looks to steady the aim.
โอ้โห
เดี๋ยวทำไมมันยิงกันไม่โดนเลยอะ
Bane and Freeing are there. They have the kills. They have the covering fire.
แปด
DRX
สามครับ
with a 5-round lead going to the last round of the
เซล
half.
ซิดดูมันทำอะไรไม่ได้แหละแม่งแบบแม่งเอามา
DRX
เคาน์เตอร์
is defending these retakes, these flood retakes with is crazy. I mean, look, we've seen some pretty insane reactions from these players. This is the best yet. They are clearly not bothered by being on a bigger stage, not even in the slightest. These new players for this team are stepping right up to the plate. And of course, you've got some of the veterans who were here last year, who played Sentinels last year and lost to them in Champions. And Hyunmin just gets one off the rip.
I mean, already second dead over by the orb here at A. And now they have to try to bail out. Bang here. Positioned up on top of rubble. Their 8 instead is going to be the one catching a stray as Bang slowly, steadily tries to creep back, tries to offer up
ยิง
something.
โดนหลายนัดอยู่
Tries
นะแบ
to
ง
summon an elimination through this Viper wall, but has not been able to find it. Mako almost goes for the stick. Does end up getting broken, but Bang once again is going to have to backpedal. To set up the smoke, Hyunmin already, however, here in the side. And maybe a glimpse caught there on the minimap. Either way, Bang has fallen. John QT watching the rope.
Spike planted.
He's delivered a bit of a freebie, but as Mako just counter swings, he takes his head clean off. DRX will go ahead and seal the deal 9-3 at the half.
I mean, this is just a masterclass in execution from DRX. And I'm talking about the way that they're setting up their attacks, the way that they're chaining and organizing their utility.
เฮ้ยทัวร์นี้มีไอ้นี่ด้วยวะรีเพย์ก่อนเข้าฮาล์ฟไทม์ปกติมันจะตัดเข้าฮาล์ฟไทม์เลย
อ๋อ
จอนหน้าเจือนเลยนะนี่
จอนแบบแย่จัดอะตอนเนี้ย สภาพอะ
จอนบอกเกมก็ตึงแล้วสุขภาพหูยังแบบต้องการหูฟังเพิ่มมัน W เพราะว่ามันทำมาแบบเขาเรียกว่าแผนมันทำมาแล้วพอมันส่งตรงนี้ปุ๊บปั๊บปุ๊บปั๊บปุ๊บปั๊บมันก็เลยเข้าไวได้แบบเนี้ยทันทีเลย เราไม่อยากเจอเป๊ป ไม่ได้มาดิ
Leaving in cursive, if they can turn this.
They certainly can. Team too many, you know, things look tough or just go on a streak when they absolutely need to. So they definitely can right here, and they're already looking to try to do a little bit more damage to see. This is their favorite side against MIBR, and I pointed it out earlier. Flashback, I think, might be under a lot of pressure on this half. So he's going to really need to step up on that Cypher.
As the cam setup hasn't revealed it quite just yet, and once he does toggle it, pretty much reveal all, but they're actually going to be able to get forward here towards the side a little bit faster. Now there's a trip, does get a catch. Hunman just trying to hold things down over for Waterfall. Flashback trying to stop
เฮ้ยแปลกๆแฟนแบ็ก
there on the opposite side. Cam, double frame!
โอ้ยตื่นครับ
After tap, freeing, shuts them down, and says no, not this time.
นิ่ง
The seaside is ours.
บอสแมป
He is electric.
เดียว
That is crazy. That
Medio.
second tap is so good.
โอ้โห
Right there for the finish onto the ace. And the pop off as well.
From on Dark Horse at first strike to one of the biggest stages in Valorant
มันอยู่
esports.
คนเดียวเลย
Welcome to the global scene,
ดี
freeing.
โอเมนจัดอะ
ฟรีอิงวอลนั้นโฟร์เซตติ้ง
What a way to open up this second
อัน
half.
นี้บอก
He has
เหมือน
just
กูตอนห
been
นุ่มๆเลย
nasty
ตบมือ
all
ให้
throughout kickoff. And that's just case in point right there, folks. There's that cam again.
เจอห้า
We get a
wing
lot
เลย
of good info.
DP forward here alongside the box, but Gunman has the angle in towards the smoke. And it's going to be John QT taken down, bang, noted.
ฟรีอิงวอลเลนเซตติ้ง
Square away.
สเต็ปแรก
Looking for a
เทโจ
bang.
คลิกเทโจอะ
ไปเป้า
It's DRX to absolutely speed run their way through this opening map.
And those are brutal losses.
นี่คือ
for
DRX
Sentinels.
ของ
You know, when you're
โอ้โห
down 9-3, you're
คน
really
ใหม่
looking
เลย
at that pistol round to turn things into your favor. And this is something that killed Sentinels against G2 in the
นี่
grand
ไม่ต้องเห็น
finals
ก็
of
ยิงหัว
Americas.
2 ตัว
They were losing a lot of pistols, starting on the wrong
ทำอะไร
side
ก็
of
ดูดีไปหมด
almost every map. And once again, they are on the wrong side of things. DRX looking so good. Come on, Soul, get in the action.
Live it up a little bit. We must have gotten the footage, you know, from right
That's
after.
yeah.
Surely.
That was after the pop off.
รอฟอร์มมีมาหลายปี อุ้ยแต่มันฟอร์มดีทุกปีเดียวเองอะ
Attempted info gained towards mid to B.
ทำไมต้องขิม
Now Sentinels 3-man stack, leaving the spike behind though. So trying
แค่
to
ตอน
see
นี้
if
มัน
they could get
Đi
any
qua đường
util
dưới
out of DRX there. A little bit of a check, but DRX not fighting at all.
ยินมินใช้เมาส์เลเซอร์เซนติเนลด้วย
Towards A by Hyunmin. Make sure that he can quick
หรือว่า
rotate.
ข่มขวัญหรือว่าอะไร
Couple
Phải
players
tỏ lại à?
moving towards B. Trying to maybe set up for a bit of a crunch. Ring though, sliding in to maybe help out Bane. There is that tripwire right at the front of B as well. Give them a little bit of extra time and a little bit of extra info. Mako.
Send it off contact here. Now flying forward,
เอา
free
ไม่อยู่
on the
หยุด
peak.
ไม่อยู่
Finds Zelsis. Armageddon now online, catches a glimpse of the shoulder there on the second. Opts to play this out
Patience.
wisely. Yeah, plays it. He patiently knows, okay, I have the ult now available.
Oh.
And Flashback knows exactly what Bang is going to try to do. Finds the kill.
30 seconds left.
Boomba cleared out. Cam still here on the
Oh,
entry
ไม่
with
ได้เลยอะ
flashback. Scales forward. Getting closer
Oh, oh, oh.
toward this entryway. Trying to surprise, wanted to try to get the jump. Bane
พี่ว่าไง
here
เกาหลี
has
จริง
the
กับ
trip
เกาหลี
to try to play off of. Clear now. They line up. No Mako.
ทีวันกับดีไอ้กับ
Gets a piece of the pie. But John just
มองเป็นถึงรอบจริงแล้วตอนนี้
doesn't have it. Stranded here at the
มอง
end.
ไปไกลจัด
5 HP. No recourse available other than to try to hold on to this weapon. Looks like DRX is looking at the death ball. They say we've got the cash, we've got the funds.
ต้องดูว่าดีไอ้มันจะล้างคำสาปเพย์ออฟมันได้ไหมอันนี้
Now
มัน
they're
สวิ
looking
สเต
for
ท
the win.
โหถ้า
I
ชุด
mean,
นี้
they're
เล่นอย่าง
just
นี้
so
น่าจะ
great at
เข้า
reacting to every move that Sentinels is trying to make. It helps when you've got Freeing just lasering people down. And then Bane there able to play right off that tripwire. Mako as well, giving him a little bit of backup. Now Sentinels looking to take another timeout seemingly. As they are
เจอบอลระบบ
looking at a nearly impossible.
อันนี้เรียกว่าบอลระบบปะ
โอ้โหสุดจัดอะพี่
เจนบอกกูมาเจออะไรวะเนี่ยไม่เคยเจอมาก่อน ผมว่าเซน DRX ทำมาแน่นมากเลยเพราะว่ามันรู้ว่าจะต้องเจอเซนแล้วเซนจะต้องพลิกโลตัสเทอร์มีก็เลยต้องแบบทำมาก่อน แต่ถือว่าทำไวนะ เพราะว่ามีเวลา ไหนจะเวลาบินมาซ้อมที่ไทยกันอะไรเงี้ย ผมว่าเซนเกาไม่อยู่แล้วตอนเนี้ย
Playing Omen off the cuff and set up that space for you to be actually the secondary entry in a lot of situations for DRX. Here on the defender side, well, Freeing's been lighting players up. That helps a lot too.
ทีมที่จะเอา DRX ลงก็คือทีมเกาหลีด้วยกันอะ
Just as good as always.
แต่ว่า
17 and
ตอนนี้
5
โดน
right now.
DRX หมดไม่มีใครไหวเลย
Taeho main.
ไม่ว่าจะหนองชิม T1
They're so ready for this.
มี
DRX.
เจนจีไม่ได้เจอ
And watch that shot. Unbelievable.
ใครเล่นด้วยอะพี่
เซ็งเล่นด้วยนะ
Sentinels is down.
โอ้โหดูดิ
Timeout has
เซ็ต
been
มาไว้อยู่แล้ว
shattered as Hyunmin picks second
โอ้
out of the sky.
Oh my
Armageddon mows him
Oh.
down. John QT is dead, and Celsius is surrounded.
อ๋อ
โอ้โหจบอย่างไว
DRX
จีจี
อะไรวะเนี่ย
out of this map of
ไม่สู้เลยว่ะเซนติเนลไม่หือ
DRX 2025 Holy shit
นี่ชุดนี้เซนติเนลบอกกูได้เล่นยังวะ
กูเหมือนยังไม่ได้เล่นเลย
800
อืม
400 0.4 1,000 เฮิร์ตซ์นะ
400 เท่าไหร่นะ
0.4
เอาเท่าผมเลยครับ
เคล็ดลับความอร่อยตั้งแต่ผมบอกพี่ก้าววันนั้นผมไม่น่าเปลี่ยนเลยว่ะมาช้า
พี่ยังอยู่นะตอนนั้น
ผมว่าชมรมมาโคตรนานอ่ะ
โอ้
1,000 เฮิร์ตซ์ด้วยนะอ่ะไป
พี่ยังอยู่นะ ตอนนี้พี่ยังอยู่
แล้วพี่กี่เฮิร์ตซ์ตอนนี้
4,000
อีก 1,000 นะ
ไม่เป็นไร
ไม่เป็นไรหรอ
พี่กลับมา
ของจริง
1,000แล้วตอนเนี้ย
เอ้าพี่เฮ้ย
ผม
ลา
ผ
อ
ม
อกแล้ว4,000คุมไม่อยู่
ผมกลับละ 1,000 เมื่อวินาทีที่แล้วเลย
เห็นฟีอิงปุ๊บกลับเลยเหรอ
ใช่ USP 5 หัว
USP
แม็กอะ
125ปะล่ะ
โอ้โหพี่หน้าบังเฟอร์ลอยมาเลยอะ
บังเปอร์
โหเก่าจัด
มีอยู่ตัวเดียว มีอยู่ตัวเดียว
แล้วบังเปอร์เล่นอะไรเพราะ300
โอ้โหน่าซื้อตุนอะ เหมือนไอ้ทรายเลยอะตอนผมอยู่ NKT อะซื้อมาตุนอะ5-6 ตัว
แล้วว่า
แต่
300
ว่า
เหรอ
มันเลเวลอะไรสักอย่างที่มันไม่ผลิตแล้วอะที่มันฮิตเลยอะสมัยยุคเคาน์เตอร์
300ไง
อัน
เพ
นั้น
ราะ
แหละ
พี่ก็ซื้อไว้เหมือนกันอืม
ตุนเลยเหรอ
จนเลยอ่ะ
ไอ้ตัวนั้นใช้2 ตัวแล้วว่า300อ่ะ ตัวแรกใช้จนยางข้างๆมัน
ใช่
มัน
ไอ้
ยุคเลยเหรอ
แต่มัน
เทค
เป็
โน
น
โล
ตัวล็อก
ยี
เลยนะพี่ ตัวล็อก
พอมัน
ตัวล็อกเป้าเลยนะ
มันเน่าแล้วก็ต้องเปลี่ยนตรงนั้นอะ
โอ้โห
ไอ้เทคโนโลยีพันเฮิร์ตนี่มันมีมาตั้งแต่เมื่อไหร่
โอ้นาน
นาน
มาก
แล้ว
หรอเราเพิ่งมากระโดด 4,000 8,000 ใช่ไหมยุคนี้
เนี่ยอ๋อพี่ยางยุบเข้าไปข้างในแล้วเป็นตัวล็อกเป้าเหรอพี่
เป็นตัวล็อกเป้าเลย
โอ้โห
เก่ง
คิดได้ไง
แบบเอาเมาส์จิกเข้าไปข้างในแล้วมันแบบ โอ้นี่แหละ
เหมือน
ตรงที่กูเล่นอยู่ทุกวัน
เหมือนนิ้วเข้าไปอะ
ใช่
เป็นหนึ่งเดียวกับเมาส์ไปแล้วอันนี้
คือไม่มีเคลื่อนเอาง่าย
DRX โคตรบ้า เธอไม่บอก สูตรสำเร็จของพวกเรานั้น เพียงแค่เราเหมาซุปไก่มาจากเชลฟ์เราก็จะเข้าไปชนะซินติเนลอย่างสบาย เพราะเราจะไม่เจอซุปไก่สกัดนะครับ
Insight in that into
อะไร ตัวเนี้ยเหรอ ตัวนี้มันนอนเลยมันมานอนอ้อล้ออยู่เลยนะ
ๆ คุณคิดย้ายเป้าไหนอยู่
แต่เป้าพี่เนี่ยพี่มัน
มาลองดูดิ
ต้องเล็งตรงไหนเนี่ยพี่มัน
อ๋อ ใช้ใจเล็ง
ใช้ใจเล็งเนาะ
ครับผม
เดี๋ยวพี่ใช้ใจเล็ง
เป็นไง
ดีจัดพี่ดีจัด
เฮ้ย
ใช่ไหม
ดีจัดดีจัด
เยอะจริงโหตกใจฝีมือตัวเอง
มึง
For all the things we spoke about him, this is absolutely insane for his debut on stage.
I think that confidence levels have to be through the roof. Yeah, the position is perfectly, the space and how he separates these duels. It's so difficult to do in this pistols when you literally have 4 people going onto you and he's able to separate and isolate every single one of them.
He did so well in that round, fragging across the board in this map, but his util was on point throughout too. His missiles are such a big key of their executes on these sites. I think his drone pathing was really good, combining with how Hyunmin was scaling on that Yoru. Everything just looked honestly perfect for DRX this game.
We do have to speak about Mako as well, because in an era where all of the regular players not making it here, Mako being the one-on-ones that did end up making it here, Mimi. There is a reason for that, and he also looks so good on map 1.
He's always been a beast on land, and he shows it here again. We get to look at some of his best moments. His stats were outstanding, but that's in the context of him now being the IGL for the team, now being a veteran player for them. But he's still doing the things he's always done, Bea.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm happy to see things like him running in with
put
the
it in
heroes in the back when the plan swaps a little bit, because it is that kind of experience that gives you the confidence to being able to go with this place. Every single time that they were a step ahead and they were ahead in the pack, it was Mako.
He was also a big part of those executes
โอ้โห
that we keep on talking about. Playing on
ดู
this
หัวเป็นหัวเลยอะ
Omen, he was going for a lot of double
Right.
TPs to scale deep into the sites when they were pushing
โอ้โห
in, timing his teleports with the Yoru TP, which was so good, and he got a lot of the critical entries off of that.
Yeah, shout out to all of the fans here waving a Mako. He was giving a heart back to them as well. Now, in terms of Sentinels, how worried should we be? Because that is the biggest defeat they have suffered so far as a roster, considering Haven is up next.
Yeah, I mean, this is a map they've only played once. It was in the finals with a new comp that looked rough. They
เป้า
lost.
พี่มันคือ
They're
อะไรอะ
basically
คนเล่น
taking this
เอ็ก
first
โอกันเหรอ
game
พี่
on the prep
แล้ว
that
คนแรกลง
Kaplan,
โอตรง
John,
กลาง
and
ใช่
the
ไหม
boys came up with,
ใช่
because there has to be a big
คนแรก
change
ลง
from
ตร
that
งกลาง
last
มัน
game
ต้อง
now
ยึด
for
พื้นที่
Sen.
นะ
Yeah, and maybe the change comes in the
ยึดพื้นที่
composition.
เข้าไว้
คนแรก
Maybe
คนแรก
even
คนแรก
see
ต้อง
another change from
เขา
the
ต้องลงตรง
composition
กลางกัน
of
ตลอดเลย
DRX. Definitely,
มันไปได้ทุกทาง
Sentinels was not
มัน
prepared
ทำได้
for
ได้
having
คนลงที่หลังทำได้แค่เสมอเลยนะ ถ้าคนเล่นเป็น
แล้วมันเคยผมอยากรู้ว่าเคยมีวิจัยไหมว่าแบบ
For
เอา
DRX,
จริงมันต้อง
we
ต้อง
said like if
ลงตรงไหน
Valorant
ดี
is
สุด
open, they will go there. For the Haven, it's the same.
Before we jump
ตร
into
งกลาง
Haven,
ก่อนเลยนะ
Coach Kaplan had to stay ahead of map 2.
I've got Cap here from Sentinels with me by the stage. Now, that was a very tough first map. I'm curious.
มันมีแค่ซีกเดียวมันมีแค่ซีกเดียวอีกแท่งหนึ่งอีกแท่งหนึ่งอีกแท่งหนึ่ง
Content of the way that she would tune
ฟ็อกซี่นายโดนดรอปจริงเหรอ
ไอหมอนี่นักแข่ง เฮ้ย เอาว่ะทีโฮ
วะ
มาว่ะ ไปสู้กันแล้ว
Some of the best duelists or the best Euros in the tournament.
เหยียดเมียวเหยียดเมียว
Sentinels can force a map 3 out of this. And
แล้วซีดมันหุ่นมันดีอยู่แล้วนะถ้าจะบอกมันผอมลงมันน่าจะบอกมันว่ามันกล้ามแฟบลงว่า
Is what that first map
ตอนบอกพิกเทโจมาสอนเชิงหน่อย
teams, pretty big ones here as well. For the side of DRX, continuing to lean on this. Moving over onto this breach, not having that Sova.
Yeah, he looked great though with that util. Finding a bunch of aftershock kills, really clutch stuns and flashes to set things up for his team. So a little bit more breach for Bane. He has really looked at his best so far. Let's see if DRX can continue, or if Sentinels have something in store with us with a little bit of a change-up of their own. Only the single duelist this time, and look at this. They are so stalled up, so ready for this DRX, and this is going to allow all these rotations to come through. Sen needs to pull off, and they do. This is really, really smart.
กำลังจะเข้าอยู่แล้วโดน
They were read like a book.
กระชากคอเสื้อ
Zelsa is going to linger in garage here. Mako just there at window. Salvos clear out either side of these connecting halls. Freeing able to find one. Second's going to be taken down. Kevin noted there on that flank as Freeing also falls. 2 kills found, and Mako just not quite fast enough to find the punish here, but they know that they have Zelsis widely surrounded, so they really want to try to flush him
เฮ้ย
out.
เซลซิดป่ะ
Headshot.
เซลซิ
เล่นไงวะน่ะ
On the
เซลซิ
floor.
เดินเกมว่ะ
They're not going to be able to come through on this B site. They once again do get ushered across now in towards A. 2v3.
ตูดบังแมว
Be planted.
Should be really defendable. They're getting aggressive towards short.
Now, but
Hey.
Bane
แปลก
คดีพลิกหรือเปล่า
doesn't take a lick of damage there. It already been whittled away at to 62.
What a reaction from Bane. Thought
Not
narrate.
spotting, flashback, maybe getting it caught here on timing as Junkie is able to find one to swing around the corner, and yes, this will be Sentinels.
เฮ้ย
They think-
เฮ้ยได้ยินเสียง
แบง
Gets a
เฮ้ยถ้าโดน
little
นี่เป็นเรื่องนะ
iffy there for a
มันจะมี
moment.
คนกรี๊ดนะ
เจ็บด้วย
Will find their first pistol round win.
Now, this is just really good decision making from Sentinels this time around, leaving Zelsis as a lurk. Even though Hyunmin somewhat ready for it, not really able to adjust in time. And then Zelsis is a real nuisance on that flank. Buys them so much to get this rotate over to A, get the plant down, get a much needed.
แบงเวลามันนั่งรถผ่านบางนามันจะแบบเฮ้ยนี่ชื่อกูนี่หว่าอะไรอย่างงี้มั้ย
String this into a
Mình
really
tao
successful attack side on Haven. With big changes on
ถนน
both
มี
teams,
ชื่อ
it's
เลย
really
ไป
hard
เกา
to
หลีมันน่าจะงงมากกว่าอีกพี่
you know, looking into this, I thought, well, Sentinels
เขาเรียกกัน
plays
บัง
what
ไง
T1 plays, so DRX has some experience, but it's a completely different comp. They're
อยู่ดี
changing
ไปจอย
theirs
ไปอะไรเงี้ยบังหัน
A lot of the ideas you have widely out the window. Attempt at taking space here by DRX.
Triple push up into mid. Bang trained in on the doorway. The swing forward. They're nearly alive for him, and he's able to flick both.
เจ็บเท่เมาส์กลับมาอย่างไว
ลงอย่างไวเลยมั้ย
Plants his feet, freeing. She can cross the other way, about to make contact here, and cannot quite make it happen. Second quick to shut down the shenanigans. As DRX now widely just going to be looking to see if they can stop this from being a flawless round.
อุ้ย
Seems highly
มาเส้น
unlikely.
มันเอาจริงแล้ว เมื่อกี้แค่ตลก
There were some heroics here. Just the
Ding.
classic in hand
เหม็น
is
ตัดเลยอ่ะ
here at the site.
เฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ย
Snoring
Hey,
down
back.
a little bit low there on the
พี่ดา
HP.
เลน
Hold on.
พี่ดาเล่น
John QT swings out, and that's going to be Sen flawlessly getting themselves up to 2-0.
Yeah, really clean stuff here from Sen, and I like what I'm seeing early, anticipating some aggressive push-outs. One of the things that caused Sentinels some difficulty against G2 was lack of flank control. And good awareness early here by Bang that DRX
ทำไม่ได้ว่ะ
try to
ฮัลโหล
push, see if they can claim
ต็ม
some
ทุก
real
ดอก
estate
วั
of
นนี้
their own.
พี่
Try
พี่
to
พี่
get some freebies.
จริง
Sen
พี่
not
หลบ
having
พี่
any
รับ
of
เต็ม
it.
หมดเลยอะ
Awareness, good anticipation. Guns in hand though for DRX.
แปดฟินิกที่ออกมาจากสโมก
Sentinels,
โคตรไว
however,
อะ
carrying over
Pet
four
Sky,
Bulldogs and a
โอ้โห
Phantom.
มองนกตาค้าง
Roll this into a
มีแต่
bonus
มี
win
แต่
of
พอหล
their
บได้อ
own.
ยู่
ผมมาหลบฟินิกซ์ไม่ได้เลยอะ
Really turn this around.
ค่อนข้างยาก
I was
Feeling
frankly
ผมก็หลบไม่
surprised
ได้
this map got picked by either team when we were coming into the map draft today. But DRX feeling comfortable enough. A lot of pressure though.
อุ้ย
Beyond flashback has to pop.
เออ
Couple smokes to try to hide. Does get the
เรีย
kill
บ
in
ร้อยเลย
second.
ติดเชือก
Second gonna be taken down, getting that reveal. Away here towards that back sight. Goes back over onto the camera. Nothing
เดี๋ยว
แล้วเชือกมันไม่พังเลยนะ
seen quite just yet.
Bit of a pause there. Ooh, a
เจ็บ
dink.
เจ็บเจ็บ
Headshot there.
Oh,
Taking a low flashback. Line one, repeats. Looks for a fourth, cannot find it. Spain swooping
ตาม
from
โคว
the
ต้า
side. Solid enough here on the antiponus for the side of DRX. They get themselves online, losing 2 players out.
something we didn't get to see much of on the previous map on Lotus is how well Flashback is going to be able to anchor on the Cypher and how much he's going to be able to handle some of these high tempo executes, some of these big, really well drawn up plans that Sentinels can bring. This time around, of course, against a slightly weaker weaponry that Sentinels is going to be bringing that round. He holds up quite nicely, able to use his smokes to tuck himself in, find that first kill. Gunman, though, caught up in the razor vines. Has to wait those out.
Big four, now it's going to be a bad spot. Doesn't really
Kid.
manage to crash out of there in time. Chipped away at. Still breathing. Sentinel zone. Applying some pressure only towards this C site. Again, doesn't matter whether it's Lotus or Haven, C site is something that they're going to be usually interested in. Second going to be spotted there to reveal Mako.
ซ้อมอ่ะ
Beautifully.
ผมซ้อม
Oh, and that
อยู่ดีๆก็
camera
ยิง
it gets pinged immediately by the Sentinels players after it gets that freebie. Now they're going to try to shift over towards A. All 4 of the remaining players here.
Swings instantly finds a headshot.
เล่นเหมือนเห็น
All help. Salvos similarly sent out to just try to go ahead and further delay this approach. Sent from here, very committed. Back, stuck, connecting. Gunman going to be flushed out, taken down.
บอสอยู่ด้วยอ่ะ
Look at another pick
Come
in.
on.
Zelzes will hit the floor.
30
2v4 now.
seconds left.
Just trying to get into the site to
Hey.
get that spike planted. With the readjust, ring is clean.
ยิง
Main swings out from back sight. We're tied up at 2-2.
And it's just little things for the Sentinels that go awry. It's not recognizing that camera is going to be there again. Maybe they just never saw it in the previous round, I'm not sure. But it cost them their entry duelist, and then they're just kind of caught getting walking up a ramp. I mean, it's so hard because what do you do at that point? You don't have much other way to break through except for pure gunfire. Maybe a little bit of Tejo and breach utility, sure. But DRX, pretty wise to those plans. Able to dodge a lot of it. Hyunmin playing right around that corner really nicely there. Using his body to get the info, quick flash, has his crosshair right where it needs to be to catch the escaping player and bang. And yeah, DRX already forcing another early timeout out of Sentinels. I think maybe a call here to try to work the map a little bit more. But so far, when they've tried to contest C site, there's been some good ideas from DRX, some combo plays off the back of Flashback's utility there to set up Mako for that kill. You know, a smoke gave it away from Bang there that they might be trying to aggress through Garage. Mako was able to tuck into that corner and play off the back of it.
Yeah, so far the reads
ไอ้กล้าใครชนะคิกออฟ G2 ครับ
been so very clean across that first map now into this one. Sentinels.
จีพีแต่ก่อนทีมในเป็นสิบมันมีการเล่นแบ่งชัดเจนแนวพีเอ็ก
We brought out of the playbook here. 2 stingers. Sheriff
เป็น
and
สิบมันไม่หมู
Bang.
นานแล้วตั้งแต่ปีที่แล้วแล้ว
John
They had a
QT.
firepower here, but they're gonna have to
ก็
go
คือเป
fast.
เปอร์เล็
They're
ก
gonna have to
ก็
close
อยู่
distances. They
แบบ
wanna
ไอ
get
ดอลไม่ได้แล้ว
value off of these
ต้องทำอะไรสักอย่างหนึง
here in hand.
John QT
อยากเห็นพาลอนดอนสเตจหนึ่งเลยนะเปลี่ยนเพลเยอร์2 คน
A lot of util dumped
น่าจะ
early.
โหดสัต
Make
ว์เล
sure
ย
that Freeing can get a counter Armageddon of his own.
And Gunman
คิดว่านะ
has the gate crash, so wants to play aggressively. Snappy with a first, and he'll be able to
มั่น
get
ใจ
a
อยู่
second.
ว่ะ
That fadeaway shot
มั่นใจเลยว่ะตอนนั้น
puts John QT on the floor. Again, not going to be able to come into play here. Freeing along the side, sending out for the chase into the back. Second going to be fully flashed up. Tries to stay hidden inside of the cloud burst, but ends up getting flushed out. Bang good for 1, but now it's all in narrate. Flashback.
อันนี้คือ
Swat
ฟอร์ม
to
แช
the
มป์ปะ
side. DRX take the
Form
lead
champ.
3-2.
ฟอร์มเข้า
And the
ชิงได้นะ
proactivity from DRX now, showing something we haven't
ต้องไปเจ
seen
อแบบว่า
from them
วิก
yet
ก่อน
in this half. Get really aggressive to make
ต้องไป
sure
เจ
they
อ
can
วิก
take
ตี
that
ทวน
orb. And then Hyunmin just taking a page out of some other teams' book that I've seen where they get really aggressive against ecos. Just want to try to shut it down. And of course, the risk reward there is you drop a gun over, but it's a great escape by Bane, and he got that kill. Unbelievable.
Minor shrugs. And, okay. I guess that worked out. Had he not had the flash set up, would have certainly been dead. But another pacey start here from the side of DRX, looking to just chase forward.
พวกวัยรุ่นเกาหลีนี่หลบแฟดกัน
once more.
เดือดเลย
เหมือนมีเปิดโปรแกรม
Staying
อยู่
around,
โปรแกรมหลบแฟด
making
อะ
sure that
มีไหมโปรหลบแฟด
flank
อะไร
is
เงี้ย
accounted for.
กลับมาอย่างไวด้วยนะรีเฝ้ามาอย่างไวด้วย
Pivot towards B, but this time around, DRX has changed their Cypher utility. There's a tripwire right at the front of B. John QT stealth drone. I don't think saw anything. I think Mako was able to avoid it.
Dodge it. Another gate crash set up.
Oi.
In the open.
Wow.
Yeah, second. Very solid peek into the B
Wow.
side. Catches Bane across over by that C-Link.
Anticipating someone to try to play contact off that trip.
ไม่รู้จะไปไหนเลย
Nice heads up
ตามค่าได้
play
หนึ่ง
from Zekin.
Drones looking for some spam, but
อุ้ย
pops inside of the smoke cosmic divide now.
ออก
gonna be
ดี
called through. Armageddon trying to roll out the red carpet, but John QT is able to
แล้วใคร
find
อยู่ข้างใต้อะ
And in the end, this is just going to be an exec here onto the A site. Gets himself entry potential flank, and yep, Mako not reading that at all. Spring trying to hold his ground. He's only able to find a singular kill. Flashback, peeks out, manages to interrupt. He's back behind the wall, utilizing it against him, but as it does fall, Celsius is ready.
มันเกือบได้2แล้วเมื่อกี้
Dusum prevents further damage taken.
อุ้ยได้เปิด
Tied up 3-3.
That really
เอามาร้องไง
creative
เนี่ยรักแท้นั่นคือหลอกล
utilization
วง
of the space that they're able to take. Getting Zekin up on top of those boxes and just holding the position and using this cosmic divide across two different sites. Really, really intelligent stuff from the Sentinels players. Like that they're digging into the playbook here to show us something really interesting with the
เอาว่ะ
way
ตะ
that
กอนมัน
they're
สู
able to
สีจัด
layer.
ว่ะเทโฮ
And again,
สอง
the
คนนี้
reaction from Zekin to take down Bane to kind of open up the round. Those first kills, something that Sentinels at times have struggled with. They're usually able to bounce back in some of those 4v5 situations. Their sheer ability to fight back is impressive.
Hyman hasn't been going for an operator. Didn't see it even once there on Lotus. Brings it out, catches them completely off guard. Stealth drone going to be able to confirm that forward presence here from Zelsis. Suppress not going to be found. They're on Armageddon now, going to be called out. The Steel Guard as well, going to be layered in on
ทำไม
top.
เซต
Two
แบบ
players
นี้วะเนี่ย
losing out of their weapons here.
นั่นดิ
Hold things down. Over on this sewer side, Hyunmin will find one.
ดีนะยิงชนะ
Sentinels
ถ้า
continue
แพ้
to
นี่
storm
จ
their
บ
way
เลยนะ
forward.
โดนบล็อก
Themselves now into a 3v3. Stealth drone to go ahead and check out the rest of the site. Nothing going to be spotted. Hyunmin
อู้อ่ะ
throws on the master
Hey.
shield drip now here in play. Storms get popped. The rest of the players going to be held out.
ยังเครียดอยู่
Stuck inside of the flash. Nothing going to be found there. Mako eliminated. Still just has this operator.
โอ้บาเลเตอร์
Flashback needing to try to open things up. Finds them first. Tucks back around the wall. Hyunmin like up close and personal. A rolling thunder going to be invested. As he jumps away, would have to try to hit a very nasty no scope, but cannot make it happen. Flashback now on the swing.
Ow.
Finds one. The headshot bound.
Lười.
The player just below him. Their angle
ดู
strike.
โพซิชั่นมาอย่างเฉียบ
Sentinels will regain the lead.
This is a really cool execute with the ultimates from Sentinels. It's a nice shot, a good opener. And this is what I'm talking about. Even though they lose that first player for free, Sentinels can still fight back. And this time, it's using the Armageddon to force the players into that corner. They've been noticing that Freeing is really liking to play at the top of short A. And then they can use the Steel Guard and it catches two. And that's basically 2 free kills. So they're able to take the 4v3 man advantage on their way into
เฮ้ย
the
มา
site.
วะ
ผู้นำเสี่ยว
Really good stuff from Sentinels. Curious now. Another round drops for DRX. Termy's going to go for that timeout.
ตอนแรกมีแค่ไอ้ลวดหนามตอนนี้ต้องเอาไอ้นั่นมากัน
Gunman, though,
คนปาด
try to play aggressive out of this smoke again.
The push, but Zach can snap it and readjust and doesn't even take a lick of damage. Guardian now left stranded here at a long. With that stinger pushed up down into sewers. He's very much considering the swing. Being here alongside him, they do it to stay stagnant.
It's a Sheriff and a Stinger in hand for those 2 players. Bane with a Ghost. Shotgun all the way on the other side of the map for Freeing. Sentinels seem committed to this A hit.
And when you use Paranoia, going to be sent out. Mako just trying to go ahead and slow up the flood. Push on the corner, Green going to be good for one.
อุ้ยเมนเตโฮ
เรียบร้อย
Pepperton there ends up getting caught.
เอาว่ะ
So just swoop down into sewer. At least flashback down.
Ah,
Just a
song
Bucky
man.
slowly creeping his way in towards A lobby. Seems like, yep, oh well, it's absolutely confirmed from here. John QT will be the one to put him down. Just one casualty is SEN now, stretch the lead by 2 rounds.
Yeah, just really good stuff from SEN. Coordination really starting to come into play. Zekin winning some of these early battles, anticipating that there's going to be a flash play and a player bouncing out of that smoke to try to cut him down. Reads it beautifully, and the up on top of the box, and the finish onto Freeng's poor trapped body. Not much he could do in that position. And indeed, timeout now for DRX. Get a read on this half. DRX.
Whatsoever. Weapons back into the hands of DRX.
เอ้ยเปิดเล็ก
Jet knives available for Sentinels. Those ultimates going to have to play catch up a little bit, but there's still time to at least get the Armageddon and Steel Guard and rotated back up before this half comes to a conclusion.
You've got a Rolling Thunder and a Neural Theft. So this is what I was curious about. I was thinking maybe a little bit more A congestion here from DRX. That seems to be where they were able to really make life a nightmare for Sentinels. Sentinels trying to get through that garage towards C. Was really challenging. So instead now, they're going to be able to push out pretty early, get some info. See if they want to aggress towards Sentinel spawn or not.
Cam is heard. Gate crash set up.
Oh.
There's the back garage window there for Hyunmin.
Get out of my way.
Widely flashback, likely just going to have to concede the space. And Winter
ใครอยู่ไอ้ตรงเจนนี่คือชะตาขาด
Mako rotating over as Tripwire. The stun there on the John QT will now be finished off.
Hyunmin and Zelsis.
He's sticking around, as you say. The clash potentially about to take place, but no. Zelsis just plays it out quietly. Rolling Thunder now going to go across. This is dodged by absolutely everyone as they look to refill the space. There ain't going to be shoved away. Zekin, however, gets a reset on the knives. He finds a headshot. Flashback put down on the floor. Gets himself over to Cubby. Tucks away. Zelsis, though. Spray a little bit too wild. Hyunmin able to collect.
ให้แต่บอมหรือยัง
Force further and further away from the site. Flash out over the top, looking to try to stack up bodies, go for the diffuser, blocking out the stars, the grab well, not getting the push through, and DRX will just hold it to a victory in the
มันไม่มี
round.
มาร์กอะดิ
Being the only one left standing, that does significant damage here, stopping DRX from accruing cash.
พอไม่มีมาร์กปุ๊บนี่คือ
But they shorten that gap by just 1 round.
What a gutsy play call here by DRX.
เล่มสุด
Down
ท้าย
to
ด้วยนะ
numbers, time ticking short. They can't really push towards long to try to clear it. So you know that
มา
they
โกะ
got the extra.
บล็อกอีกแล้วมาโกะ
Just protect the diffuser as best as you
แต่
can.
ส
And
มัย
it
อภิ
comes just in time before John QT finds 2. Insane timing there by
เสีย
DRX.
งกรี๊ดคือขนลุกเลย
A bold call, one that is rewarded, but now into the action here in mid. Hyunmin does get shut down.
ไม่โดนสนัดเลยนี่หว่า
Sentinel seemingly just trying to shrug off the previous round loss. Flashback tucking away inside of the cyber cage, keeps himself protected. There's the Armageddon. Drains down, stem up this approach from Garage. And now playing quietly. Drone, however, gets the spot on multiple players.
Tons of info.
Continuing the push.
This is ambitious to say the least.
You saw so many players in Garage. That's gonna
โอ้
swing
โห
out.
แล้วเมนซีโฮ
He's gonna look to try to get Scott Free. Takes a blind second as well.
มีมุมด้วยนะ
ทามมิ่งมันแบบว่า
This is
บาจัด
eventually able to go ahead and peel one back, but now the neural theft tells all.
Enemy remaining.
เรามีมาโกะมาต่อเลยมาเสริมทับต่อ
Zelsis.
ตัวตายตัวแทนด้วย
3 seconds to try to play with the spike. Recoverable, yes, but where do you try to go?
I don't know. This is very, very difficult.
30 seconds left.
And the way that spike is around the corner makes it so hard to just grab it and leave, but he's able to do it just
Grabs it, but
barely.
look at flashback. He's got himself up into window here. Footsteps are going to be heard.
ร้อย
นี่ไงแล้วกรีดด้วยนะ
Finally just a rotate to try to.
Oi.
Hey, but
Yeah.
flashback doesn't hold the angle.
นี่หันมาเลย
Spots him. Celsius now targeting. And a couple
Oi.
shots into the
Oi.
shoulder.
Oi.
Doesn't get the kill. Celsius
เอาไปเรื่อง
an opportunity.
เอาตันไม่โดนอีก
Not connect, but here comes the swoop in. And he will die before the spike can get planted. 5-5. We are tied up once more.
This is just really uncomfortable for Sentinels. They use the Armageddon to try to find a way through, and right as they're about to make their move, they were watching
Timing man
that
god
window like a hawk. DRX was just staring at it for the longest
Ui.
time. And right as they're starting to try to creep their way forward towards the C site is when Freeing strikes. Then he doubles down on it. Absolutely incredible what Freeing is able to do. And Flashback is having a whale of a time over on C. Questions for me about his ability to anchor, he has answered the call.
Absolutely. Well, immediate gate crash out towards B. Salvos get exchanged. Moses get tagged up, swing onto the corner before the
เอา
stealth
วาร์ปไม่ได้
comes in. Mako finding one. Now is going to be pinned here, but Pain comes to the rescue.
การช่วยเหลือกำลังมา
Captain's life, but he certainly has made up for it. As 2 kills fly in, the spike gets left there. At the top of the sewer ramp. Covered now by Zekin, but just one moment. 3 players from SEN get snapped out of existence.
ถ้าอยู่รู้แล้วถือคน
แบ่ง
แล้
เรื่
ว
อง
มัน
นี้
ทำเรื่องนั้นด้วยนะ
หมดยาก
And then flash at the ready.
คนไทยเป็นคนตลกเนาะ
Send it loose.
Tem.
Pop up over the top. Him and almost steps into his spray. Zekin will now get noted. Fights back for 1.
ว้าเซ
Got
คัน
time.
Immediately cuts noise. Tucks back in towards sewer. Flashback just going to be hanging around that B side, but Zekin wants to try to double pump this a little bit. Go back over towards A, but Fring has
มี
it
คนไม่
moved.
เชื่อว่ะ
Slowly starts drifting now. In towards the back. He's here. Ready to strike.
30
Second, if he
seconds
tries to stick the plan, he might think that he has this for free. Taking his time with it.
He's got to worry about the salvos.
20 seconds remaining. Salvo sent, as you say, it forces him back. 15 seconds now remaining in the round. Second will get another opportunity to go for it. Sticks it down, but now flashback is here. Ready to strike. Jump into the window.
โอ้โห
For a brief moment, it looked like he was going to be good for it. Fring is able to find the kill, and DRX will find themselves in the lead.
Just can't get the job done. If he had gotten Freeing there, I think there's a real shot that he takes down Flashback and claims that round.
Sure.
But Freeing has been just so important today for this DRX
เอาไลท์หลุดเหรอ
and obviously on Lotus he was frying.
ใช่เหรอ
Been pretty solid.
Off the rip, it's looking like here from Bang.
ผ้ามาปะ
Might make them think otherwise, but no. Commitment on the ultimate still ends up coming through. Zekin looking to lead the charge. Mako up on top of the boxes.
โดนโรเมน
Remembers.
Oh, Henman, he stepped forward. Stun does go across on the Mako.
Oi,อะไรวะ
Second does
Oh,
manage to
รู้ทัน
slip
ว่ะ
his way back out in front of B. Keeps himself alive. Steel Garden now comes through. Taking the weapons away. The shorty drawn out
ไอ้
on their faces.
โอ้โห
Claims 2! Bang and John QT both gonna be shut down. Decent kills here in reply, but Mako knows that he has the right pinned. Keeps on top of the plant. Oh! Is able to find it, but Hyunmin here at Lumber. He strikes. Second,
เอาวะ
however,
เซคันเอาให้
the one at the start, the one that got away, is the one that brings this round to a conclusion.
ตัตตี้มันทำอย่างนั้นได้เลยเหรอวะ
นั่นน่ะดิ
หรือมันโลอยู่แล้ววะนี่
We saw the executes, the combos between the Breach, the Taeho, the Yoru, and Mako's Omen. And the way they were navigating that, is that going to be the style, the flavor of Haven as well? It's just going to look a bit different. Using the decoy just to get a feel if anybody's going to be holding close on
อยากให้ DRX พอชมคนกรีดตอนนั้นไม่ได้ครับพอชมมีแค่ทีมเดียวเท่านั้น
Make sure the flank is under control.
แล้วก็มีคนเดียวเท่านั้นที่จะพอชมได้
On long with that open space, DRX says, okay, that looks to be our best point of entry. Let's try and make a go of it. There is
expect this though. The wall just on the opposite side here.
exactly what I was just thinking. That Vice util, dude. Look at that, and then the Steel Garden right behind it. Or excuse me, the Razor Vines right behind it.
Second not needing to be displaced too much. Does opt to go ahead and
Lai
dash away
một.
Sentiment. TP's into its back sight. Looks to get flushed out, but doesn't manage to fight back for a singular kill.
ไอ้สโมกลูกนี้มันโคตรดีอะ
เดี๋ยวก่อน
ใช่ยังไงก็ยังไงก็ต้องสโมกไม่งั้นคนในไซด์ไม่มีที่เล่น
Sentinels now pushing forward. Look at the trying to flood, but it's going to be free. 1, 2, 3 to collect the
อะไรนั่นอะ
remainders. DRX not allowing for Sen
ทำไมฟิงมัน
to
ยิง
take
โกน
the
เก่ง
lead to
วะ
tie up the pistol win count.
Just give the man a ghost, and he's good for it on the pistol rounds. Also, Flashback wins a huge 1v1 there against Zekin.
Yeah.
And the fact that Hyunmin even gets
Speed.
one off of being cut off from the rest of his team underneath hell.
ผมโดนวาร์ป
Yoru
อ่ะ
TP.
โดนวาร์ป
Crazy stuff, just
Die, die.
individual mechanics shining through for DRX.
You can see Glow just pointing at us, saying, "That's our guy."
แต่พี่
3 2 1 0 อัก
Goodness.
39 38 37 36
First year that we
35
tier 1.
34 33
ได้แล้วพี่ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณบูลูนะสวัสดีครับ
Shock does get a pulse of damage off as they look to try to
Oi!
overwhelm him. They've been hovering nearby, but it looks like eventually just going to have to cut their losses. They do offer up some damage as Narrate and Bang get tagged, but that is a potential weapon recovered here for the side of Sentinels.
That's a huge loss and a great dial-up, a great combo of utility there.
Elsis now has it, stomping their way through.
อู้ถ้าได้หนึ่งนะ
Second
โบกรถไม่หยุดเลย
swing that he tries to go for the tail wheel. There's no way to get out. Spike now planted. More players from Sentinels. How much damage can they deal? They drag this round back into their favor somehow.
มีใครยังหาบัตร
Rose Elsa's
23
out, see if
24
anything
ไหมครับ
happens. See if he can put that Bulldog to good use.
มีอ่ะ
Lead with a stealth drone.
แต่ผมไป27 28เลย
Heaven here.
ผมจะไปวันที่29 30จะกุมภาพันธ์เจอกัน
Try to maybe set up here the flash. Arc Rose immediately gets destroyed. Savo sent to try to force flashback out of the corner, but not scaling forward fast enough.
จำสเกต
That space away. John QT will be able to find one. 2 casualties on the side of DRX, but now up 8-6.
And this is just great positioning from DRX, setting up in this post
Ooh,
play to
back in
defend
London.
against the Flood. And this is something the Sentinels love to do. And if you give DRX the time to get into post-plant positioning, they will more often than not convert against you because of the way that this DRX coaching staff prepares their players and understand the angles they all need to be watching, what's likely to be coming ahead of them, who needs to be doing what. The drop down covered by Flashback. Bane going to be watching
คนไทยเลิฟ
the
มา
other
กุ
side. Jump right into things. DRX this time trying to push through onto Garage.
ดูว่าปาร์ตี้ที่งานไว้
Trying to bait out some of this util, and they do so successfully with the exchange of a couple pieces of their own.
27 ไปครับ
So they go with this. Ooh, he's in
Oh,
trouble.
wow.
Gets caught by the
สวย
stun.
ละ
Stun here on both sides. Gunman
Ow!
able to stabilize.
มันลื่นจัดอ่ะ
Shots
ข่าว
to
แฟ
the
ดตัวเอง
mid. Celsius ends up getting picked apart. Bang now to try to hold things down.
อุ้ยเกือบตายมาโกะ
Make a connection on the
Oh
Mako, but
my.
Gunman down the floor.
Ui, Bang.
Backside. Comes up
Clean
with
but
two. Keeps him in the round. Such little HP between Mako and Flashback, freeing, holding the door. He's gonna be the first and maybe final boss.
Spike planted.
And they will go ahead and persevere,
ไอ้
pushing
เคนเอา
through.
ให้ไว้เนี่ย
Spike now planted, the wraparound coming through from Flashback. This is going to be red. Second paying
Đùa
no
lắm.
credence to this angle, to this window. And Flashback makes it swift. Bonus converted, DRX now up to 9.
The second bonus conversion of the match for DRX. And this is just a crazy battle there. 2 stunned up players dueling at the garage hall. Bang looked like he might have had a third. If he gets that third one, I think that's round over for Sentinels. He's vested. And then
Không phải là bèn
Flashback
mình
with
nhìn
a
mà.
really wise play to wrap behind. The awareness, the movement this time from DRX, a little bit different. They don't just post up into post plants this time. So let's spread the map a little bit. Mako go long, flashback, wrap around from behind. Play off of Mako.
พรุ่งนี้ทีมที่หนึ่ง
Way that DRX it's actually baiting the player to come back and re-clear so they can catch him out, get that kill. And then they're using these TPs like crazy. They're all over the place. They're so hard to read for SEN right now.
3 Sheriffs in to the side of Sentinels. Dimensional drift. Faces forward. Some pressure now getting ready to come out in towards mid as well as the note on to 1. Bouncing away is John QT, but oh, there's salvos there. Fring is able to find the elimination. Just cutting off all routes of exit. Tripwire now cleared out. Fring. Sights turned here on lobby. When coming through, finds the first, looks for the second. Zelsa straights across, bang counter strafing in, is able to find the headshot. Weapon picked up here by Zelsis, an opportunity to maybe do some damage. Doubles back over towards Sewer. Seems like Wiley might just look to tuck away and hold on to this weapon. Leave Narrate to potentially just go down to the spike. Zelsis play for some exit frags. First clash here against Flashback. Won't be able to win it out. It's a bit faster here as Flashback comes away with that kill. Narrate, has to swap his weapon back out. He'll be able to take down Bane, but that weapon not going to be recoverable. Can't escape. DRX moves out on 2 players. They move up now. Double digits achieved.
4 in a row now.
มันไม่ให้กลับด้วย
DRX coming into the second half attacker side, and you can
มันไม่ให้กลับด้วย
see staggering utility again. It's something different every time. This time it's the dimensional drift into the salvos. I mean, they're just catching them off guard. They have so much ability to take space, to get some free info, and then use that utility to punish. You know, whether it be the stealth drone, whether it be the Yoru, who can just TP in and look around, or in this case, uses all. Mako has the ability to do that potentially, as we saw in Lotus.
And out salvos exchanged here. DRX just continuing to scale forward. Stealth drone gets a spot out onto it. Suppress onto 1. Armageddon just
the stun paranoia.
Still, DRX not getting themselves forward.
On
top of the thing, the iron for that one. To the backside, John QT snappy. Find Fring, Hedman gonna be shut down. John QT moving online. Now just 1 away from having that Armageddon of his own. Smoke will dissipate. It's gonna be Narrate finding it. Flawless round here in reply when SEN needed it the most.
Yeah, it looked like for a moment there that was going to be a huge round for DRX. But SEN is able to bail themselves out. I think it's the Vice utility that buys the extra bit of time. That's a nice shot there, Mako. Because the stun and the paranoia had hit the 2 players behind the box. I get why Mako's TPing up there, because you've got potentially 2 free kills. And then Sentinels able to sneak a player in time. That A hit was telegraphed pretty quickly off the back of some of that util, the stealth drone. I immediately saw Narrate rotating over there pretty quickly. It's a really nice job there by Sentinels reacting to what DRX wanted to do. This time they have that extra layer of defense to avoid that util spam that DRX has been leaning into. Made out a little bit of the Vice utility. That forces out the smoke from Bang. But it's a 4-man stack for DRX. Pinging out the back of the site there. Let's see what they want to do.
Link. Going to be sent. Spray coming through. Hedman, however, arriving in backside. We'll flush him out. Narrate going to be taken down. Without damage dealt, Fring and Hedman both dangerously low. 26 between the 2 of them. Mako once again perched up here on top of the box as his salvos get sent loose. Back holding them bay as long as they possibly can. Kevin now in a bad spot, gonna be forced forward. Bang's able to collect one, finds a second and ring, also falls. The low HP player is now gonna be taking down the paranoia, goes across. The second tries to draw the shorty, ends up falling down. Zelsis now just trying to bully his way forward into the side. Mako gives him the space. Bang, quick on the chase. Flushes him out with
โอ้
flashback.
แล้วกำลังลั่นเลยหมอนี่
Ring around the Rosie. Zelsis needs to win that fight. The defense.
Hey.
Who gets off?
โอ้โห
Hattie Suckin might have just had it. Now flashback just looks to try to play around.
Bang.
the line. But Bang with the half hold manages to clutch it out.
เสียเชิงเลยช็อต
A
นี้เสียเชิง
4K to bring it now to just 2 rounds separating.
DRX this time, their post plant gets dissected by Sentinels. Coming from a couple different angles, finding 2
นี่
early
ถ้าล่างถึงกับวิ
kills
ทย์ได้เซนมี
from
ลุ้นเลย
both
นะ
sides to kind of open this up.
อะไรนะ
Yunmin
ถ้า
trying
ล่าง
to
ถึ
get
งกับวิท
through.
ย์ได้เซน
Bang
มีลุ้นอยู่นะ
finds freeing as well. So this time the discipline not able to be there. Just a little bit of a faster paced retake attempt from Sentinels. Still some frustration zone and now some excitement.
And flip it right side up.
QB's feeling a little better now.
Kind of round that you want to be seeing with some more consistency here. Now an operator
นี่
into
คือ
the hands of
ใน
second
งาน
force
นี่
off
คือ
this
มีการใช่ป่ะ
opening
พี่ผม
angle.
กลัวเขาต่อยกันว่ะ
Stealth drones fitted out on either side. It's to break the TP now in towards Hell. Second. There's the right pick and wow! And what is that pick?
Jeez.
Just the one tap to shut it down. Oh, stranded here on the floor. Now the neural theft as well. Invested.
Spike planted.
Flashback goes ahead and scoops up the op for his own purposes.
On cooldown.
Bane's got a rolling thunder.
All missiles away.
Is he gonna use it right towards the link?
Armageddon's gonna be sent out. Bane repositioning. It's just gonna go ahead and send it. Hyunmin on the peak. He's able to find one, but John QT mows down 2 with the Armageddon. Boom! And Mako swings out, finds the raid. Flashback. Steady as she goes.
โอเปอเรเตอร์
Hold the
ทำผิด
same angle with it recovered up the entire time. They slam the door and sends faces. DRX now up to 11. 1 away from match point.
It's just crazy how much faith that DRX can put into Hyunmin to just TP into hell, find that kill. That is ridiculous. And then John QT found 2 huge kills with the salvos, but then that scooped up operator off of Zekin's dead body falls into Flashback's hands, and he puts it to good use. 22 and 10 now on this map for the Sentinel of DRX. Just an absolutely tremendous start. This is going to be Dimensional Drift for Hyunmin as well. DRX has done a great job using these to either combo or just take space, find that open player, punish them, or just find the open site. This time around, a heavy lean towards the seaside by Sentinels. It's been a lot of A pressure, and John QT rightly is reading that DRX might be feeling like they can find an opportunity. Some Sentinels might be feeling like they have to close the A long gap.
This one spotted out. The fault line going to be sent. John QT here in the corner. The salvos. He sees exactly where they're going to be coming from. Looks for the kill. Takes him down so very low, but it's still John QT coming away with 1. As Mako will fall to the salvo at the same time.
อุ้ยเพจกันยับ
Forward, Bell stuffs to find Flashback. Hyunmin 5 HP. This round just be a little bit too chaotic here for DRX. Repositions from Sen. Maybe reading. Potential rotate, but they still do leave 2 lingering here towards this seaside.
The patience by Sen.
30
And
seconds
then
left.
finding that right timing to strike.
ยังไงก่อน
Mate.
Did it over. Plant handed here for Hyunmin. Freeing. Wanted to try to play a bit of a timing there. Spots nothing on the peak.
All missiles away.
Tabo's not going to be sent. They get the Steel Garden out.
อื้อหือ
Wanting every single advantage that they could possibly get
อ้อมผิ
here.
ดอ้อมผิด
Sen knows that they need to win this round out. Weapon recovered. Zelsis tucked away. Diffuse starting to be held. Push out of the smoke. Bang. Good for the shot. Hyunmin. Time just not on his side. Is able to find 1. Bang with another big round. Comes up with 3.
เอาชัวร์จัด
Keeps things tight knit. 2 more to go to tie it up once more.
Again, it's the timing for Sentinels more than anything. They're able to wait out the Dimensional Drift a little bit, just smother Mako with flashes to make sure that those salvos were going to get the job done. Flashback might have showed his hand, revealed his hand a little too early there. But it's just to cut off the plant before it can even happen here. That's what's giving DRX problems. I think the identification for Sentinels is that DRX, we can't let them get into post plants because that's where they're just going to tear us apart. We have to prevent them as best as we can. We have to confuse them, make it a little bit scrappier in some of these moments. And they're doing a great
ลองนึกภาพดูนะถ้าไอคนที่ยืนอยู่ล่างกรีด ข้างหลังนักแข่ง
โอ้โหเขาน่าจะโดนไล่ออกไปอ่ะ
ว่าคนตรงต้องห้ามตะโกนปะต้องห้ามใช้เสียง
ต้องยืนอยู่เฉยๆยืนดูเนี่ย
แล้วก็ยืน
ถ้ากรีดอยู่นักแข่งน่าจะหันมาเฮ้ย
It might still minor investments here.
And we haven't really seen much in the way Nico round. This just might just be another fast hit, execute, try to just smother him with utility, get a plant down and see what happens. But after this, I'd like to see them work the map a little bit more.
Mako offering up a weapon
เซลซิตลุกขึ้นมาหันเฮ้ย
Get over into the hands of Hyunmin. So 2 rifles available to DRX. Again, sight set over towards C. Stealth drone in towards the back. Be cleared out by Bang.
ไม่รู้เหมือนกันว่า
Forward and Bang
ยิง
is
สถานะ
absolutely ready for it. Gets the shutdown. Hyunmin on the floor. Shots into the smoke. Mako gets
ตื่นแล้ว
dropped.
ไงเต้น
Everything
Bang
DRX
มัน
were attempting here in this round.
เอาให้
Blows up right in their face.
They tried to use a flash timing to set up Hyunmin's teleport, but Bang turns it and kills him instead. Finds the second spamming through his own smoke. He has really stepped up for Sentinels to put him right back in this match. Now DRX gonna have to try plan B. Will that actually be the B site?
Cage triggered.
Flashback just trying to show
เมื่อกี้
a
เห็น
little
ป้าย
bit
ห้อย
of
คอ
presence
อาจจะมี
along
ไอ้นี่ป่ะ
Cage fake
God.
and Seward being watched there by
เป็น
Zekin.
พวกทีมงานอะไรที่แบบว่า
Sight
ยืนรอเข้าชาร์จเลย
exactly where they're trying
เข้า
to
ชาร์จ
go.
ทำไมวะ
Well, Salvo is going to be sent through. Thorns popped. John QT, however, still waiting, getting the spot out. Looks to just try to make the front of the site unassailable here for them. Aftershock similarly on the opposite side, just locking them widely into this corner as the concuss goes through. Not to rebound, Free swinging onto the corner. They put him down low. Second now, arriving over at A-Link. Finds one, double swing, force him away, but Bang still here, still being a hero. Another 3K. 3 players surviving. Sentinels 1 round away from tying us up.
Starting to really get a feel for themselves now. Are these players?
ว่าทำไมโลตัสมันขัดเราลืมไปได้ไงโลตัสเกาหลี
ได้อ่ะ
If I can find some freebies, he has just been
มันต่อสู้มาเนิ่นนานใช่ไหม
He's really starting to get the wind underneath him. Now he's got a cosmic divide to boot. Zekin's got the blades potentially, but see what they want to do is the crowd starting to get into it. It's hard to tell which team has the bigger support. Like you said earlier, man, it's pretty evenly divided.
The moment that you hear a chant starting for one, it gets matched and drowned out by the other side.
อะไรจะบีทกลับมาวะด่านมันๆของคนวัยมัน
Bugle jump. Sheer wall gets popped. John QT lingering here in heaven. Stealth drone going to be sent through. Try to scout.
Drone is down.
And might not have gotten the vision on Hyunmin, but knows that there is a player in that spot.
All missiles away.
Attack now, getting ready to begin. Salvo's going to be sent.
This is nice. You baited out quite a bit of utility. Sent the clone through. You're just taking your time. Trying to show that maybe you've rotated to another site, seeing if you can convince another Sentinel player to move off.
Pushing up in towards B. Smoke there. Cage going to be popped. Trying to create some of that pressure. This is right there alongside it.
Oh, John.
Meanwhile, here, in heaven, John QT opens things up. Hyunmin going to be shut down. Gantry power widely taken away from DRX. The second continues to play forward. Narrate here backing him up. 20 seconds remaining. DRX going to have to try to ham fist this one in the team, but continue to bleed out. Members of the flashback comes up with 2. John QT able to trade one back. Spain down to 5 HP.
10 seconds left.
Desperately trying to get himself forward here onto the site, but the
Wang
Armageddon is going to be
ไม่ได้
called in.
ตัวนั้นติ
It cuts off the site.
วางได้
Does he find a tiny
วาง
sliver? It looks like he
พอดีด้วย
has.
เวลา
Spike planted.
The points of blast radius, the spike in play. This
No
round
way.
not over yet.
โอ้โห
John gonna look to try to drop out.
No
อ่า
way.
ว้าวุ่นเลย โฮลิแคล
And now the site is firmly in control of DRX.
แต่อันตีไปแล้วด้วย
The IGL, the
Hi.
captain, asked to be the hero, slowly creeping forward, but paying no credence to the Cubby. Bane will pick him apart, and DRX somehow drag themselves over the line to get to match point.
It's a 4v5. Sentinels knows they're coming. They've got everything in the kitchen sink to
Ui,
throw at him.
word
Chuck
จัด
hits
ตอน
an
นี้
absolute banger there. But then somehow, flashback finds a timing and a
Oh, flashback.
transfer.
Oh my god.
Oh my word.
มันยิงอะไรวะน่ะ
It's
บ้า
outrageous.
จัด
And then Mako hasn't been super impactful in the kill department on this map, but that one right there certainly had
ถื
some
อว่าที่ไป
impact.
ทำใบแล้วผมก่อนเลยดีไอ
Oh my.
Unbelievable. Is this where it all comes to a conclusion, or can Sentinels give us our second time out of the day?
Time to jump.
DRX is going to be looking to avoid it. Similar gate crash setup coming through. Bang once again here at backside, but this time there is an Armageddon.
Oh,
And he's got
Bang.
nowhere to
เอา
go.
แบงเมา
Denman will still hold. Cells is going to be good for 2, but he gets traded out right now on the floor. Second and John QT. The last ones remaining in a 2v3.
Spike planted.
Trying to stop it from ending right here, right now, but Mako has snugged him out of the sky. John QT finds one, but
GGเลย
cannot find the rest. 13 to 10, DRX.
เอาเรื่องครับโหดมาก
สมแล้วที่มาจาก VCT Pacific เกาหลี
แปซิฟิกเกาหลีด้วยเนี่ยเดี๋ยวเซนมันเบ่งพลังละ Absolute Cinema ใครไปเจอมันตอนนี้คือแบบ ร่างโมโห
No. For the Pacific representatives, it's a very solid way
หน้าใคร
to
มัน
kick off their tournament and to get these rookies acclimated immediately.
And they were. On Hay.
เปลี่ยนไลน์อัพก็ไม่ใช่ปัญหาวะ DI ปั้นทีมโหดๆมาได้เรื่อยๆ
เรื่องนี้มันโหดอ่ะ
อยู่ที่โค้ดเลยแต่
ดูวิธีเล่นมันแบบว่าโหเป๊ะเกิน
พี่เอกมันชนะใครวะน้องชิมเอ็นจีวันใช่ป่ะไอตอนที่เดี๋ยวนะไอตอนที่คือมาคิกออฟนี่คือไอนี่หมดเลยนี่หว่าผ่านเกาหลีเข้ามาหมดเลยตอนคิกออฟนี่คือเจอเกาหลีหมดเลยนี่หว่าใช่ป่ะใหญ่ไม่เจอประเทศอื่นเลยป่ะ โคเรียนสเลเยอร์กันเอง ทวงบัลลังก์โนหนึ่งเกาหลีจริง
His first tournament here in Tier 1 now, his first interview. We'll send it down for the prize and post-match interview with Free.
น่าจะรู้จักครับ Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Free. First of all, congratulations. Your performance was top notch. สำหรับตอนนี้เนี่ยผมเชื่อว่าหลายๆคนน่าจะมีหลายคำถามมากๆครับสำหรับคำถามแรกนะครับผมอยากรู้เหลือเกินว่าทำไมต้องเป็นเตโฮเนี่ยเขาเล่นมาตั้งแต่ Pacific Kick Off จนมาถึงตรงนี้อยากรู้เหลือเกินครับว่าทำไมเนี่ยเพราะว่าจับคู่กันดีมาก So first question, I really want to ask, why Teho? Because I mean, in Pacifics, you were considered one of the best in the world at the agent. And yeah, for us Thais, I mean, it's like fork and spoon, it's like mango and sticky rice. Really want to know, like, what's your thought and why is this agent so special to you?
먼저 오늘 굉장히 좋은 활약을 보여주셨고 승리 축하드립니다. 먼저 태호에 대해서 여쭤보고 싶은데 워낙 킥오프 때부터 세계 최고의 태호다라는 말이 나오기도 했었잖아요. 왜 태호일까요? 왜 이렇게 태호를 잘할까요? 라고 물어봅니다. 왜냐면 바늘 가는데 실 가는다는 말이 있듯이 태국에서는 뭐 망고 있는데 밥 있다라는 말이 있거든요. 태호가 약간 프링 선수한테 그런 존재 같아요.
네, 일단은 태호라는 캐릭터 자체가 너무 좋기 때문에 일단 태호라는 캐릭터를 플레이를 하면은 저도 모르게 태호가 너무 좋으니까 뭔가 자신감이 생기고 그래서 잘하는 것 같습니다.
Teho as an agent is
User
so broken
disconnected
right
from
now,
your
so
channel.
OP. So when I pilot him, it just makes me feel so confident because I like him so much, and it just boosts my performance.
นะครับก็สำหรับคำถามนี้ตอบง่ายๆนะครับผมบอกว่าเตโฮ OP มากๆเลยนะฮะก็ในเมื่อตัวเก่งอยู่แล้วมาเข้ามือเราอีกเนี่ยบอกเลยว่าเก่งแน่นอนนะครับผมก็อย่างที่เราเห็นนะครับหยุดไม่ได้จริงๆครับสำหรับผู้เล่นคนนี้คำถามต่อไปครับอยากรู้เหมือนกันเนื่องจากว่าเมื่อกี้เนี่ยเขาเจอกับทีมตัวเต็งเนาะอย่าง Sentinels นะครับผมอยากรู้ว่าการชนะ Sentinels แบบเขาเรียกว่าถล่มเลยก็ได้นะครับเมื่อกี้นี้รู้สึกยังไงบ้างนะครับผม so the second question as we all know Sentinel has been considered by many fans as one of the favorites of the tournament and my god your performance was amazing like
เฮ้ย
what's going
CGS
through your mind and how does it feel
มีด้วยเหรอพี่
to be able
นั่นแหละขวาบน
this matchup
CGS มากกว่า
센티넬을 상대로 승리를 거뒀는데 사실 굉장히 많은 사람들에게 우승 후보로도 점쳐지고 있었거든요. 근데 너무 잘했어요. 거의 압살을 했는데 만나보니까 어땠고 오늘 경기 전반적으로 어떻게 평가하시는지 궁금합니다.
일단은 너무 강팀이기 때문에 사실상 쫄면 안 된다는 마인드로 일단 했던 것 같고 그래도 플레이를 하면서 와 확실히 진짜 너무 강하다 이 팀 너무 세다라고 느낌 받았고 뭐 오늘 운 좋게 좀 잘했던 것 같습니다.
Team and I felt like I told myself hey, strong but don't
เจอกันพี่ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
User disconnected from your channel.
มายิงกันต่อดีกว่ายิงปะ
ชูป้ายแบบขอเลยบัดดี้อย่างนี้มีเขาแบบได้กันบ้างไหม
ไม่แน่ใจเลยพี่ผมเคยแต่เล่นเฉยๆแล้วได้อะ
อะไรเราได้นะ
เล่นแค่เล่นเฉยๆก็ได้ผมอะ
อ๋อ
สตรีม
ถ้าสตรีมเล่นเฉยๆมันได้อยู่แล้วไง
เดี๋ยวลงทีมขึ้นใหม่ก่อนแป๊บหนึ่งเดี๋ยวมาเล่นเกมกัน